for the Beavers. I expect him to dial up pressure on the true freshman quarterback.
Yeah, you see the numbers. Terrible on third down. They were terrible in the red zone last year. Back to pass. JKS rolling left. He's got plenty of time, and he'll throw it. It's caught. Touchdown. Mason Minnie, the tight end. And Jared Kiave Songopolatele has his first career touchdown, and it didn't take long.
What a fantastic five-star prospect.
And so far, so good. He's 5 for 5 for 93 yards in his first quarter of college action. That pass is caught! And another perfect delivery. Grizel, 32 yards, and it's 13-0 Cal.
What a start for this young man.
Oh, it's for Devin Brown. Didn't work, so now JKS, the freshman, back in there under center on 2nd and goal. Play fake. And he's going to throw over the top. He's got his man wide open. Landon Morris, touchdown, Cal.
Great play design.
Hankerson, he'll take the direct snap. Little stutter step and push his way to the goal line. Touchdown. First of the year for Anthony Hankerson. First of the year for Oregon State. It's 24-9 with an extra point coming. And I say extra point. They might not be kicking, though.
It's a fantastic play. Just great instincts and feel for that outside corner masses.
1st and goal, and they hand off straight ahead with the push. Brandon High is in. Touchdown. Took a one play after the 42-yard return after the interception. Brandon High pushes it in, and it's 30-9 Cal.
Gosh, that
4th and goal. Cal brings a little extra pressure. Murphy will scramble, and he's in. Touchdown. He's sort of limping at the end of that play. One of the officials, maybe the umpire, kind of got in his way. I don't know if that's what caused an ankle turn or something like that, but it's a touchdown, Beavers.
This is a real Devils on their heels.
And Jeff Lebby learned offense under Art Browse at Baylor. Nobody went faster than that Baylor offense. Wide open across the middle. Evans inside the 5. Touchdown. 48 yards. You want fast, 4 plays, 75 yards in 1 minute and 9 seconds. That's exactly what
I think that's one he's going to want back.
And not a huge statistical first half for Chapin. And the Mississippi State offense, after going down the field on their first drive, has quieted down, going deep here and caught in stride. Brennan Thompson, touchdown. There is a penalty flag back in the backfield. That guy's reaction says it all.
I think it's coming back. I think it's the chop block by running back. Fluff Bothwell.
Udo gets the carry right side. Udo inside the 5, pushing to the goal line. Touchdown. It's like the Sun Devils came out of the locker room as a totally different team.
What a statement by
the goal line. Early 4th quarter. Sun Devils ball. Down by a touchdown. Levitt's going to go under center. Raleigh Brown in the backfield. Play fake. Levitt rolling, throwing, caught, and touchdown. Arizona State. Jordan Tyson. So they play fake on 4th and short. Get Levitt out of the pocket. And from deafeningly loud to silent in Starkville.
What a great.
There's Kyle Ferry warming up on the sideline. 2 plays to get 9 yards to keep the game going. Pressure was picked up. Chapin wide open, caught across the middle. Thompson, touchdown. believe it. After the drive that ASU just had, almost taking the game down to the end. Mississippi State goal line stand, and now they lead by 3.
To give yourself a chance to have a really special year. First and goal, Cal. Play fake and a dump off into the right flat and a walk-in touchdown. Jacob DeJesus. And the Golden Bears are on the board first. Songapola-Tele with the touchdown pass and a very impressive Cal drive. Last 4 plays, 16 yards through the air, 18 yards through the air, 22 yards through the air, and then that short one for the touchdown. Another I formation under center, 3rd and goal. They're going to hand it off. Davis left side and touchdown, but there is a penalty flag. Now I think it's going to go against Cal, so that one should stand.
Offside, defense, that penalty's decline, result of the play, touchdown.
What a drive, 16 plays, and Minnesota takes almost the entirety of the clock off the board and gets their first points of the first half with 43 seconds left. Nearing 6 minutes this drive. Under center, Lindsey play fakes it. He's going to throw it over the top, and it is caught. Touchdown. Jamison Gears, the tight end, for a Minnesota touchdown. All that running, and they finally decided to play fake. Not showing pressure yet. We'll see. Man in motion on 3rd down and 6. Just a 3-man rush, and he puts it right on target. And then the slip. What a move by Mason Minnie. Got away from the tackle and into the end zone. Cal touchdown. That was a tough guy effort on just a 9-yard TD reception. That does not really tell the whole story of that play.
Or down or get closer to the goal line.
Under center for a rare time. Songapola-Tele is going to fake it. Rolls out. Wide open touchdown. Jordan King was uncovered. The special teams turnover turns into 6 and maybe 7 for the Golden Bears. There's no Josh Allen on this Wyoming team.
Caden Salter needs to be smart with the football here. He has a field goal in his back pocket.
Pressured, going to the end zone. Miller caught at the back of the end zone. Touchdown. .29 yards in Colorado. First points of this game early in the second quarter. Marion Miller.
Wyoming showing pressure.
Then they back off and rush 4. Salter flushed out to the right, trying to point downfield. Bought time, and a perfect pass to Sincere Brown, who's going to go all the way for a touchdown. Now that was a big-time play from the quarterback, Caden Salter. 68 yards.
That's the Caden.
Marion Miller's having a big first half.
That's a big-time play by Miller. Great throw by Salter off the play action.
Quick tempo. Handoff. Goal line. Touchdown. Simeon Price gets in. And just 2 plays after the penalty extended the drive. The Buffaloes scored their 3rd touchdown of the first half. A really negative play. Instead, 20-yard gain for Salter. Looking downfield again. Going deep. End zone in traffic. And caught! Touchdown! Joseph Williams. It barely took a minute. And Colorado goes down the field and gets back in the end zone.
Initially, the referee threw the flag for roughing the passer, which was correct. Replay added the targeting, which was a launching to the helmet area, unnecessary hit, and unfortunately, he'll be disqualified for this rest of this game and first half of next game.
All right, Jerry, thanks. Meanwhile, well, that changes things a little bit, doesn't it?
How about that? Given the gift, personal foul. What did you hear on 3rd and goal?
They rush 5. It was picked up and into traffic. That pass was caught. Wow. How many bodies were in the neighborhood, and somehow the ball got through to Chris Durr. After all that, Wyoming gets it in the end zone.
Really great throw by Anderson.
A lot of stuff going on.
Well, that Clemson loss, you know, that was a team that was talked about to be in the national title run this year. You know,
super experienced. Yeah. Salter out into the open. Caden Salter is going to take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Inspired by Ralphie.
Well, Wyoming took it.
It's like, hey, we have this quarterback. We got to take advantage of him. 1st and goal. Hansen leaves the backfield. Becht under center is going to sneak it for the touchdown. Well, his touchdown throw got taken off the board, so he adds a rushing touchdown to his stat column. 9 plays, 72 yards after the missed field goal, with the extra point coming. And the kicking game could be a story for the Cyclones. Their top 2 kickers are unavailable.
The Cyclones are fully in control of this football game right now.
Yeah, this Arizona defense, which has been so stingy, getting dominated at the moment. Hansen, carry, left side, touchdown. Well, Brent Brennan said we need to stop. They did not get that. There was very little resistance on that quick, short drive from the Cyclones. Impressive. Just ex-state coaches. And we said, are there any others? Could we see any more?
Do you have receivers?
There was like a little hesitation. Oh, man. A walk-in for Carson Hansen. Touchdown, Cyclones. They catch, they block. The tight ends help lead the way, but Carson Hansen, the guy who hits pay dirt, 21-0 Iowa State.
Tell you what,
inside the 10 makes it 1st and goal, not using one of those 2 timeouts, clock moving. Fafita will throw to the end zone, and what an attempt and a catch. Touchdown, Chris Hudson. Well, back-to-back brilliant catches by the Arizona wide receivers that Brock was just talking about. Hudson from 9 yards out to put Arizona on the board. I'm sure they'll check and make sure he got the catch secured and in the board. He thought his guy got in. He wanted a review. Instead, it's 4th and goal.
This is going to be QB sneak.
It is. The push. Touchdown. So the opening drive of this 3rd quarter for Iowa State, and they get it in the end zone. I think Matt Campbell's still unhappy about why that 3rd down run wasn't a touchdown. It took him 1 extra play.
That is what speed sweep to the tight end, and here goes Rocco Becht for his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night.
No doubt about that one there. Touchdown Iowa State. It's 35-7. Rocco's been rushing him in. As Brock just said, his 3rd of the night. I mean, they use their tight ends in every which way here in Ames, including throwing the ball down the field.
It is so pass option here on this 4th down play.
He rolls, he throws, caught, touchdown. It's exactly what they did. And Noah Fafita with a perfect delivery to Trey Spivey. And Arizona cashes in a long, impressive drive. It took them a while, but they got in the end zone. It's 36-13. I saw on the sideline, this has been a 10-play, 5.5-minute drive already to start this game. Play fake, Sangapolatele surveying, throws, caught, touchdown. Jordan King, who started to make some plays in the pass game. Now there is a penalty flag in the backfield area. For now, that's a touchdown and maybe a personal foul at the end of the play. What a start for the Cal offense. Duke hustling defensive players at the last moment onto the field. They don't look particularly organized for this play. Under center, they're going to pitch it to Raphael. Gets a block. Touchdown, Cal. Just some power football there. And the Bears offense, it's just the first 10 minutes of this game, but they're putting on a show.
What a perfect start. You see Duke hurrying up to the line of scrimmage, wanting to keep this tempo up. Great execution.
Yeah, they have Cal out of sync, and Shepard turns the corner. Touchdown, Duke. You see the burst from the true freshman. They had Cal's defense disorganized on a really nice bounce back drive. First points of the night for the Blue Devils. And I think Duke's thinking, well, that's more like it. That's how they looked last week when they went up to Syracuse and just destroyed that Syracuse team.
Does Cal elect to put this football on the ground because, like you said, they can pick up a first down here?
They will. Raphael stretches. That's, in fact, Johnson, and it's a touchdown. And I beg your pardon, it was Raphael. He got the carry, and he gets in the end zone. So good call by you. I mean, whether he got in, I think they'll look to confirm that. He definitely got
playing a too high safety look. They don't need to bring an extra safety down for the run game.
Castle. That should be a touchdown. They haven't signaled yet, but he got there, and it is a touchdown. Well, Duke is not going away tonight. Their offense, after a slow start, they have come to play. Well, just got the ball, a chance to tie this game in the second quarter. Mensa going toward the end zone and caught. Perfect pass and catch. Quayshawn Brown. And the Blue Devils are an extra point away from doing just that, tying this game. Well, that didn't take long after coming up with the turnover.
That was a great.
Polatele hoping to have a chance. Duke gets the ball to start the second half, which is another important factor. Castle again pushing. Touchdown, Duke. Wow. 3 and out on their first drive to start this game, and since then 4 straight touchdown drives. Really impressive.
I think the most
Mensa going to the end zone, and Barcade there, contested, caught it, touchdown. What a catch by Cooper Barcade. He had Zeke Massis all over him and came down with the ball.
And this is going to be a team to reckon with in ACC play.
Shepard hits the big hole, and Shepard is going to go all the way for a touchdown. Overwhelming Cal here in Berkeley. 46 yards for the true freshman.
Will you give Shepard?
Utah.
I expect to see quarterback run here. Devin Dampier needs to keep the football in his hands.
He does, and he will walk in. Touchdown. Now that's a good start to the game for the Utah offense. 14 plays, 75 yards, took 5 minutes, mostly on the ground as you would expect, and a touchdown to start the night. And Dampier, a guy that whole coaching staff very familiar with. He'll keep it on second down and short. Dampier to the end zone. Touchdown. Now, Kenny Dillingham said this week, you know what, I probably should have recruited him a little harder. And you watch him make that run and you think, yeah, he has turned into a really good player, and he looks healthy and the best version of himself in this first half.
I was just going to say here, ASU gets the football to start the third quarter. I don't want to give them an opportunity for points here.
Left side run, big hole, the cutback, and touchdown. Nakari Rogers from 22 yards out. Now, the ground game for Utah has not looked this good in a long time. This is Utah football. All those years under Kyle Whittingham. You got about as many big guys out there as you can. Dampier, a late pitch, wide open, and a walk into the end zone for Nakari Rogers. Touchdown, Utah. More of the same in this early second half. What we saw in the first half from Utah, they just went right down the field. This time a little more mix of pass and run, but in the end, it was that powerful Utah ground game.
Because it was clear that Utah was trying to draw ASU off sides.
It worked until it didn't. Now, on a little end around give into the end zone, Tyson, touchdown. Now Arizona State gets their first touchdown of the night. Another long drive, 13 plays, 6.5 minutes. 28-10 Utah, final minute of the third quarter. You know, we've seen this issue across college football a lot, and we've talked to Matt Austin before about it. And as long as the defense isn't dogging it and milking the clock and deliberately taking extra time to get off the field, they're not in the wrong on those kind of plays. Dampier keeps it, cuts back middle. Dampier, touchdown! They never got him to the ground. Man, has he been awesome tonight. His third touchdown run. Arizona State just has not been able to tackle him. 34-10 Utah. And maybe the score that is going to put this game away. 45 seconds still to go in the third quarter, but the Utes on offense look unstoppable right now.
Arizona Schools had to start his career at New Mexico before transferring into Utah this season. You know he was playing with a little extra chip on his shoulder tonight.
There's the freshman quarterback Ficklin, who takes it in for another Utah touchdown. Now the freshman from Muskogee, Oklahoma. Here in Salt Lake City, just a 4-play, 42-yard drive into the end zone again. It's 41-10. Unstoppable on the ground tonight.
I'll tell you.
This is out and force Steve Sarkisian to make some kind of decision.
They have to be alert to Manning running the football.
They'll take the snap and hand it to Weiser. Left side, touchdown. And the ball came out. Texas might have fallen on it in the end zone, though. DJ Campbell. Weiser, the ball came out. Now, I don't know if he broke the plane before that. The ball is on the turf, and the officials are trying to sort this out.
Tell you what, that was an excellent job by Cam Dooley coming up and getting his shoulder right on the football.
Is a touchdown.
They just haven't had many trips over the course of the season, but they have been successful when they get down there.
Play fake. Now Boley's going to take off and run. Only room Touchdown, Kentucky. From 16 yards out, and now an extra point away from tying this game in the fourth quarter.
The football game.
The big boys are on the field now. Extra offensive lineman out there. Watson in the backfield. Moss under center. Second and goal. Handoff. Watson bounces it right, and touchdown. Great first drive for the Cardinals, and Duke Watson back healthy this week on the field, scores the touchdown to finish it off. Not so far tonight. Second down and 9. Sangapolatele, all kinds of time. Back shoulder, caught, and touchdown. What a throw and catch by the tight end, Landon Morris. Some life for Cal, the final minute of this first quarter, an extra point away from tying this game. How about that throw? Cal may have to use their final timeout here. We'll see. Play clock down to 0. They get it snapped. Raphael straight ahead, and he is in for a touchdown. Wow. I mean, they barely got that play off. Raphael barely got in. Clock was winding down. And Cal scores a touchdown to punctuate a 75-yard drive.
Lacey at the top of your screen.
In motion, Moss is going to try to sneak it again. This time leaned forward. No signal yet. Now touchdown.
Down there on the goal line.
Time. And now Louisville's going to use its timeout. So they wanted to look at what Cal would show. If you're fourth down in overtime. Sangapolatele takes a snap. Looking to the end zone. Fires. Caught. Touchdown. DeJesus. And it's a walk-off win for Cal on the road in overtime. Drive of the game. They already have 8 first downs in this first quarter. Kingston gets it again. He's going to turn the corner. Kingston. Touchdown, BYU. He got a block from the tight end, Carson Ryan, and as soon as he got around that corner, his speed against the defense, and Parker Kingston won.
Just 2.
Force a field goal try.
Devin Deal is the go-to pass rusher for the Horned Frogs. It's time to make his impact felt.
He drops back in coverage, and Bachmeier, the hole opens, and he sprints through it into the end zone for a touchdown. 17 yards on 3rd and long.
Just a base.
Intense. Josh Hoover on the sideline with his star wideout. Bachmeier across the middle to the tight end. More broken tackles. There goes Carson Ryan. Dives for the pylon. Touchdown. 43 yards. I'm sure they're going to try to confirm and make sure he got there. What an effort from Carson Ryan. And the big guys up front. Hoover under center. Quick to the line. Pitch play left side, and first down and more. It's a touchdown. John Denman, who's not had many carries at all this year, took the pitch instead of a sneak, and TCU gets its first touchdown of the night from 13 yards out.
What an answer by Psychology, play action, and get Bear outside the pocket.
Your quarterback's 250 pounds. That's one thing. Fourth down. They will hand it off. Flag thrown. Touchdown. Well, there was a penalty flag on the play. Martin just strolled into the end zone.
It's going to be false start as you move forward with Cincinnati next week.
Slant. McAllister tip ball. Interception BYU. And going back the other way. The cut inside. Now back to the outside. The shove. Pylon. Touchdown. Tanner Wall, one of the leaders of this BYU team, a face full of grass, and he'll take it. 44-yard return for a touchdown. Outer inside the huddle to make sure his teammates can hear. Handoff and squirting through. Out into the open field, cutting it back left. Antonio Martin, touchdown. Wow, what a run from the second stringer. 37 yards at Kansas State is on the board first.
What a drive.
The most mistake-filled drives I can ever remember for a defense. 45 yards of penalties on this drive alone. And that's going to lead to a touchdown. Bird Ficklin over the right side. The true freshman quarterback with the first points of the game for the Utes. I'm kind of at a loss for words as to how that drive unfolded. Just one penalty after another against Kansas State, gifting Utah the field.
And that's not
that they got to let us play a little bit. But I'm proud of our guys, man. We're trying to play big boy football here, being able to run the football at them and trying to make this a 4-quarter game. And our kids are ready to play today.
Thanks for this.
You bet.
All right, thanks, Stormy. Thanks, Chris. There's some big boy football for you. Touchdown, Avery Johnson. How about that? First play of the second quarter in Kansas State. Those points came off the board with the penalty. They put them right back on there on third down.
I'll tell you what, Kansas State could go where he delivered a stiff arm. This kid's special.
There he goes again. Ficklin, end zone touchdown. Well, he's only played a handful of snaps in this first half. He's got both of the Utah touchdowns. That one from 6 yards out. There may not be a program in the country that has two guys who are playing at such a high level at the quarterback position like the Utah Utes.
That is a good
in their own territory. Johnson, handoff, and they'll get the first down and more. Jackson, there he goes. Nobody's going to catch him. Joe Jackson, touchdown, Kansas State. 66 yards. And in a weird way, the call that went against him, I think, helps him.
Well, listen, when you're playing a Morgan Scalley.
Ficklin is in the game, but he's out as a wide receiver on the left side. Dampier takes a snap, bounces it right, turns a corner. Dampier, pylon, touchdown, Utah. The third quarterback run for a touchdown for Utah in the first half, but the first one for Devin Dampier.
Let's make sure he wanted his team to cut it loose today, and that is certainly what they have done.
Averaging 15 yards a rush. They're getting more here. Jackson out into the open. What a cut to midfield. Jackson to the 30, to the 20. Touchdown, Kansas State. 80 yards this time. Incredible. They've done it again. 341 rush yards. It's not halftime.
Utah fans are for 100+.
It wasn't hurdles. It was like steeplechase. Parker for 12 now. In stride. Caught. Touchdown, Bentley. And the Utes come roaring out of the locker room to start the second half with a quick strike touchdown drive. That one from 38 yards out.
Right now, a lot of fresh legs coming at them from the Utah side.
2nd and 6, and a keeper. That is Ficklin, and Bird Ficklin, touchdown. Just wouldn't be tackled. And we're not even 5 minutes in to this second half, and Utah's grabbed the lead back. His third rushing touchdown of the game.
I mean, there's no football in.
Low snap. Johnson throws wide open. Touchdown. Well, they got there quickly. They got the playoff. It almost got blown up because of the bad snap, but exactly what you said. The tight end was wide open. Oakley with the touchdown.
Just a bust by the...
They'll shift and hand it to Jackson straight ahead. There goes Jackson. Joe Jackson, an all-time night into the end zone for another touchdown. 24 more yards. 47-35. And Kyle Whittingham, the headsets come off. He's sick of it. Almost 500 rush yards for Kansas State today. The most Utah's ever given up. The most Kansas State has ever had. Joe Jackson's had the most rushing yards for any one player in the history of this stadium. And that one has silenced this crowd.
Unreason to go. More than likely going to be the first offensive lineman taken in the NFL draft this year.
Dampier toward the corner of the end zone and caught. Touchdown, Larry Simmons. What a throw and catch. This game's not over from 20 yards out. Extra point coming to make it a 3-point ball game. Well, maybe it took a little longer than Utah wanted, but the main thing is they had to get points on that drive and almost had to have a touchdown, and they got it.
Well, the seldom
for Utah. Parker and Dampier. Parker in motion. Dampier keeps it. Dampier, touchdown, Utah! Seven plays, 70 yards, under a minute and a half with 56 seconds on the clock. And a very big extra point coming up here. The Ute,
but not break against the Fighting Irish.
Frank Gregg told us one of the keys of this game, make them kick some field goals. Love into the end zone, touchdown. No field goal here. Notre Dame takes the opening drive of the game and goes down the field to punch it in. Another touchdown for Jeremiah Love. Earning more votes maybe by the carry. He is just such a great all-around player, and he carried the load big time on that drive. He might be.
You're seeing that right now at a Price.
Already, I mean, you could imagine they could be wearing down this Stanford defense. Price straight ahead and fighting for the goal line. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Well, they have hardly thrown the ball. A couple of those little screen pass, swing passes. It has been power football in the first quarter, and it's working. Touchdown drives first two times Notre Dame had it. This time, 3 and out. Liam Thorpe is back to return the punt. James Rendell, and they fake it! And a beautifully executed fake down the left sideline, inside the 20, and the speed all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Wow, what a play. It's the safety, Luke Talich, 84 yards.
Opportunity to get a first down, so get it to your big tight end and let him go to work.
Now it's goal to go. Williams straight ahead. And touchdown, Notre Dame. So we've had a Jeremiah Love drive. We've had a Jadarian Price drive. And now we have ourselves an Aeneas Williams drive.
Well, listen,
we're going to have to make some field goals to win one of these games. So he knows he's got to get his guy a little confidence built. 3rd down and 10 out of the timeout. 23 seconds to go first half. Four-man rush for Stanford. Carr throws it short. Price with the catch. Made a man miss. Price, end zone, touchdown. What a move by Jadarian Price. From 12 yards out. And the Leonard Moore interception turns into a touchdown at the end of the half for the Fighting Irish. Nine plays, 45 yards in a minute plus, and 6 more with an extra point coming.
Gatorade sit on the sideline and watch the ball game, but he wants to be out there in the fire with his teammates.
First and goal. Play fake to Love. End zone touchdown. And they made that look easy. Jordan Faison, the spectacular catch down the field. That one was easy for him from 6 yards out. It's 41-3 Notre Dame.
That is just too easy for Jordan Faison. We'll see what Frank Reich has here to make the most of this opportunity.
C.J. Williams came in motion. Now he'll go back in motion. Play fake. And the throw. Wide open. Touchdown, Stanford. Bryce Farrell. And Elijah Brown with some pressure coming. Irving picked up a blitzer. Gave him an extra half second. And Stanford took advantage.
Great job ahead. Miami won.
All that said, I agree with you. Williams straight ahead, and there he goes. Aeneas Williams out into the open. Williams, 51 yards, touchdown. And Notre Dame will take it, whatever they can get. If it adds to the margin of victory, if it adds some style points, even at a game that's already decided, they will take it.
Gosh, what a block.
Who knows? Maybe this matters. Pressure picked up. Byron throws. Caught. Touchdown. Well, that was a nice throw. Marcus Brown into the end zone. And that's just got to be an incredible feeling. All that time put in. You finally get a chance to play. You lead your team down the field. You throw a touchdown.
You love to see it. Job by Lamson getting that football off.
First and goal. A fake. Lamson is going to walk it in. Touchdown, Bobcats. And what a statement on offense for Montana State to start this semifinal game. That was impressive. Lining up for the instead of maybe a 40-yard field goal try with a wind swirling, it's first and goal, Montana State. Jones takes a handoff. Jones, touchdown. Wow, the hole just opened up so wide, and Jones from 7 yards out makes it 13-0 Cats. Tight end in motion. Adam Jones in the backfield. He'll take the carry, bounce it right, all the way down the sideline. Adam Jones with the speed to take it to the end zone. Touchdown. 54 yards. His second touchdown of this semifinal game already in the first half. He's the touchdown king of this Bobcats offense, and he's got explosive speed. That was slow to get up. Arias having a nice drive. First down, Gilman back in the game. Huge hole up the middle. Gilman, end zone, touchdown. And the first touchdown of the afternoon for the Grizzlies, who are not going away from 17 yards out.
This is a great
until halftime. Ayat all alone in the backfield. 4 receivers left. Looking right now. He's going to run. Ayat, end zone, touchdown. And what a finish to the half for Montana. They were down 13-0. They were down 20-3. Now it's 20-15 after the rushing touchdown from their young quarterback. Eight-play drive after coming up with the turnover that was a huge play.
Really didn't miss on anything. Then you get that turnover and that momentum has shifted. It's all Grizz right now.
Second and goal. Ayat is going to throw. Touchdown, Montana. The tight end, Jake Olson. And the Grizz have their first lead of this semifinal game.
Well, this play is 250 pounds.
Davis out, Jones in. Second and goal. Lamson pitches it to the tight end, and he will get in. Touchdown. Rocky Lencioni. The freshman tight end took the little pitch forward pass for a 2-yard touchdown catch to put Montana State back in front. What a drive. 14 plays. And you see how emotional Justin Lamson is. Lamson back to throw. Steps up. Looking downfield. Throws deep. Middle. Caught by Dowler. And the defenders go down. Taco Dowler cuts it back middle. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown. Yards on third and forever. They finally hit that big play downfield. 33-23 on the biggest play of this semifinal game. Amazing. In terms of field goal or go for it if they don't get the touchdown here on third and goal. Lamson looking left. Now he's going to run it. Lamson cuts it middle. Touchdown. He left the defender in his wake. (40-23). And Bobcats fans now are starting to dream about Nashville. 20 straight points for the Grizzlies to come back and take the lead. Know it. Any hope for the Grizz? They got to convert. 4th and 7. Ayat. Pressure. Picked up. Ayat. Intercepted. Coming back the other way. Inside the 15. Touchdown. And the Melstone kid, Bryce Grebe, from 38 yards out. Maybe he's the Melstone Cowboy now. Younger brother of an all-time great here. With a pick six to basically put this game away.
On third down to pick up first downs with a true freshman quarterback. That's what you want.
Latif gives it to Nelson. Cuts it back left side. Nelson out into the open. Inside the 10. Nelson with the speed. Touchdown.
There's Carter.
There are going to be a lot of points on the board. Play fake. Dampier. One-on-one. Makes a move. Dampier stops short. Wow. He thought he was in. His helmet ends up getting ripped off. But he gets spotted down. He's celebrating a touchdown. But they say no.
I don't know. That's pretty close. My eye thought it was in.
The runner's knee was above in the air with the ball across the goal line. It'll be a try for Utah.
So that solves that problem, too.
We don't need to see the
play of the drive. Already taken up more than 6 minutes. Little toss forward. Coming across the formation to the end zone. Touchdown, Ja'Cory Barney. Eight yards out. That'll count officially as a pass and catch to put Nebraska back ahead. All right, out of the timeout, third and goal from the 20. Devin Dampier. A lot of time.
Still looking. End zone. Caught! Touchdown! What a play that was. Dampier has Parker next to him on 3rd and 9. Parker now leaves the backfield. Nebraska shows pressure. Dampier up the middle. Touchdown, Utah.
Just mentioned.
Get the ball to start the second half. They're going right down the field. Handoff. Right side run. Pushing forward. And touchdown, Utah. Dampier with Parker coming in motion. Fake. Dampier straight ahead. Lunging. And they say touchdown. But there are probably some Michigan fans who are tuning in and going, huh? That might look pretty good in the Big Ten. Dampier, wide open, tight end. Bentley.
Defenders in Nebraska.
2 minutes to go. TJ Lateef hurdles over the defender to the end zone. And in. Touchdown, Nebraska.
Lined up in the slot. He's got great size and fantastic hands.
He comes in motion now. And the fake. Lamson running for the pylon. Lamson, touchdown, Montana State. What a drive. The negative play, sack, the penalty yardage lost, and yet 10 plays, 90 yards for the first score of the game.
That is a running back. Then you get a tight end, your quarterback out to the perimeter. Really tough to defend.
It's 2nd down. Lamson straight ahead, powering forward. Touchdown, Justin Lamson. What a first half for the Bobcats quarterback. With still a lot of time on the clock in the second quarter. It's 13-0 Montana State. He's just playing lights out. 2 drives, 190 yards for a touchdown. This one 80 yards. And a big scoreboard maybe starting to do some math about, will I use one of these 2 timeouts after this second and goal play? Rittenhouse in the pocket is going to throw wide open, caught, and touchdown. Scotty Presson, the tight end, with 54 seconds to go in the first half. Illinois State scores for the first time in this national championship game. Big time drive. Went for it on 4th down, converted a couple plays later, and leave only 54. And saving those timeouts, they got to the line quickly, got the ball snapped. Lamson throws, a missed tackle, turn upfield, a hurdle inside the 10, and diving for the end zone. Touchdown! Dade Steele! He didn't go down. Three plays, 75 yards, and the freshman found his way to the end zone. 3rd and goal. Dawson again. Dawson stopped. He was stopped. Now, Redbirds are saying the extra effort got him in. Maybe the ball came out. Did the ball pop out? Touchdown! The right tackle, Logan Brassfield, ended up coming up with the ball. Crazy.
Wow. Balance.
Dowler motion there. They're going to give it to Taco. Dowler cuts it. Back inside. Taco Dowler dives into the end zone. Touchdown. He's done it again. Guy is just playing like a superstar in the playoffs for the Bobcats.
Here's just
Mouse lining up. Out of the timeout on 4th and 1. Dawson Shifts, they throw, end zone, caught, touchdown! Sobkowitz and his incredible playoffs continue. Another touchdown for the star wideout. It's 28-20 with an extra point coming. That is a clock winding down. They get it snapped. Pressure comes. The pass is caught. And again, it's Lord. Still on his feet. Inside the 5. Lord! Touchdown! What an effort by Dylan Lord, who's having a huge game. 11 catches and his first touchdown. And the Redbirds are not going to go for 2 with 5:10 left. They're going to kick it to... Can the Bobcats somehow force another field goal try? There's a question whether Illinois State would even try another one at this point. Kicking game, obviously a factor in overtime. First and goal. Play fake. Lord, another catch. Lord breaks a tackle. Touchdown. Thirteen catches, 161 yards, and now 2 monster touchdowns for Dylan Lord in a championship game. With the extra point coming after Bobcats can get a first down inside the 5. Showing pressure on 4th down in overtime. They bring pressure. Lampson throws. End zone. Caught! Touchdown! Taco Dollar! And a kick away from a championship. They brought the pressure, and Lampson and Taco Dollar burned the Redbirds.
And that's